Hey, how you guys doing? What's going on? So I came across this video and I think you guys who want to see what's going on. They are saying that Elon Musk is going to expose Beyonce. If you guys know, recently, yesterday, Jay-Z lawsuit got dropped. Okay, people are saying that he paid somebody off, but it looked like Elon Musk, he is not having it, and it looked like he's going for Queen Bee. So let's watch this video and let's see what's going on. All right, so make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot.
Called out Beyonce for being a fake country artist and said she should be fined.
Elon Musk has just made a move that no one saw coming. Beyonce is no longer a Grammy nominee.
Beyonce now holds 33 Grammys while Billie Eilish walks away with nothing. Is it your talent, or is there something bigger at play?
Elon Musk, the billionaire tech mogul who's always got something to say, whether we asked for it or not, has decided to take on none other than Queen Bey herself. That's right, folks. Beyonce, the undisputed icon of music, is now in Elon's crosshairs, and it's all about her latest album, Cowboy Carter. Apparently, Elon thinks Beyonce is out here faking her country vibes and even suggested she should be fined for it. Yes, fined. Like, what is this? A traffic violation? So here's the tea. Beyonce dropped Cowboy Carter, her highly anticipated country album, and the world collectively lost its mind. From soulful ballads to twangy bops, Beyonce proved once again that she can literally do anything. But not everyone was vibing with her new sound. Enter Elon Musk, who took to his favorite platform, you guessed it, X, formerly Twitter, to air his grievances. Elon Musk said Beyonce should be fined for doing country music. Naturally, the Beyhive had thoughts. In a now-deleted tweet, because of course it was deleted, Elon wrote, "Beyonce is a great artist, but this country stuff? Come on, she's impersonating a country artist. Should be fined for that." Cue the collective gasp from the Beyhive and music lovers everywhere. Elon, my guy, are you okay? Since when are you the gatekeeper of musical genres? As expected, Elon's comments started an absolute firestorm online. Fans of Beyonce were quick to clap back, reminding Elon that music is about evolution and experimentation. Elon Musk seems to be pretending he's the CEO of country music. Maybe he should sit this one out. Beyonce could drop an album of whale noises and it would still outpace his Tesla stock in sales. Perhaps it's time for him to stay in his lane. But it wasn't just the Beyhive coming for Elon. Even some country music fans were pushing back, arguing that Beyonce's album was a masterpiece and that country music should be open to everyone. On the flip side, some sided with Elon, feeling that Beyonce's foray into country music seemed inauthentic, almost like a cash grab. They argued that it felt more like she was hopping on a trend for the sake of popularity. Beyonce didn't even bother with Elon's nonsense. Because why would she? Beyonce is the epitome of unbothered. While Elon was out here tweeting and deleting, Beyonce was busy breaking records and slaying performances. Elon's comments, while wild, have sparked a bigger conversation about who gets to define what a genre is. Country music, like all genres, has a rich history and cultural roots. But does that mean it's off-limits to artists who didn't grow up in the South or haven't been singing about pickup trucks their whole career? Absolutely not. Music is constantly evolving, and artists like Beyonce, who have the talent and vision to explore new sounds, are what keep it fresh and exciting. Remember when Taylor Swift went pop? Or when Lil Nas X blended country and hip-hop with Old Town Road? These moments challenge the status quo and remind us that art isn't meant to be confined to boxes. Let's be real, this isn't the first time Elon has inserted himself into a conversation where he probably didn't belong. From his takes on AI to his random beefs with other celebrities, remember when he called Mark Zuckerberg a cuck? Elon has a habit of stirring the pot. Elon Musk really thought he could take on Beyonce? That's a bold move, even for him. Some are speculating that this is just another one of Elon's attention-grabbing stunts. After all, the man knows how to stay in the headlines. But others think there might be a deeper issue here. Could Elon's criticism of Beyonce be rooted in something more? Jealousy, insecurity, a desperate need to feel relevant in the world of pop culture? We may never know. Of course, no one comes for Beyonce without facing the wrath of the Beyhive. Fans have been flooding social media with memes, clapbacks, and reminders of Beyonce's unparalleled legacy. Elon Musk really thought he could take on the woman who survived the elevator fight with Solange. Bless his heart. Others have pointed out the irony of Elon, a man who's made billions off innovation and disruption, criticizing someone for pushing boundaries. Elon Musk, we need to innovate and think outside the box. Also Elon Musk, Beyonce, stay in your lane. Make it make sense. At the end of the day, this whole drama boils down to one thing. Let artists be artists. Beyonce has spent over 2 decades proving that she's one of the most talented and versatile performers of our time. If she wants to make a country album, she's earned that right. And if Elon Musk wants to tweet about it, well, that's his right too, but maybe he should stick to talking about rockets and AI.
Beyonce's connection to Diddy is way deeper than everybody thought.
It was genius. I think Beyonce did a great job and she tackled something.
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have many conspiracy theories recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy.
Bey and Jay are one of the most dominant power couples, so her name has already been dragged into online speculation.
It was hard for me to be in that space.
She's known him personally for decades now, and her husband have been seen partying with Diddy.
Oh, you put that thing on the roof.
As well as praising him in some of the videos that have surfaced with them. And they've literally been partying with this guy, hanging out with him, working with him for decades now.
Reverse potato. How much money?
And Diddy also has had a hand in helping Beyonce get to where she is today. And now we all see these claims coming out, more and more of them saying that Beyonce, like, she definitely knew what was really going on at them Diddy parties. And she's been keeping some major secrets, not just about Diddy, but also about her and her husband, Jay-Z. And these secrets, like, she's kept them airtight for years. And we all see the headlines, guys. Diddy, 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 all day, every day. He's in the news. Everybody's talking about Diddy. Everybody's talking about his parties and his not so great behavior. This is the main reason, of course, why Beyonce's name is being brought up so often now. Not just for her music, but also because of this whole Diddy stuff. And people are looking at their friendship under magnifying glasses now, because they're like, okay, something's gotta be going on here. How could they have such a close, tight bond and her not know what was going on behind closed doors with Diddy? Not necessarily that she was involved directly, but how could you not know what was going on? So again, more and more of these claims are coming up. People are questioning whether or not Beyonce and her husband, Jay-Z, should also be supporting Diddy in this whole thing. But remember, guys, they have been keeping quiet, so they haven't said anything to directly support Diddy, and they haven't said anything to directly condemn what Diddy did. And this is surprising because they have a huge bond. Like, this is not just a regular friendship. This seems like this is some, family ties. They roll in the same circle. All of them are major successes in the music industry. But a lot of users online are commenting and saying that, well, they've actually really been quiet because they are low-key trying to support Diddy in a way, right? Like, they don't want to get dragged into the drama themselves. Like, they still want to stay out of it. But because of their bond with Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, they want to secretly support him. Like, this is, maybe, I don't know, this is getting into those theories, and it'll definitely lead you down a rabbit hole if you view content on all of these theories. But yeah, I'm just saying what I see people saying online. Beyonce and Diddy, they've been tight for years. They're like a family. They've been through thick and thin. And at even one point, there was this interview where Diddy mentioned that he was a little bit envious of what Beyonce and Jay-Z had going on in their relationship. But even though Diddy's been in the hot seat as well as behind bars now, he could still be getting some behind the scenes support from Beyonce. Again, I don't make these theories up, guys. I'm just sharing what I've been seeing, because friendship like that doesn't just evaporate. So it's definitely one theory that Beyonce and Jay-Z are sticking by Diddy, behind closed doors, secretly, trying to work things in his favor, maybe trying to shift the narrative around him a little bit, helping with money, who knows? And if that's the case, this would show that, their friendship definitely goes way beyond just partying and having a good time. It's a friendship that's built on history, shared experiences, mutual respect, sort of like, that family mentality of whatever happens to one of us happens to all of us, and we're all in this together. There have been many, many claims over the years of them being involved in secret societies and secret organizations, and they band together in times of need. So yeah, again, just one claim, guys. This is just one theory, but it's definitely plausible due to the fact that we've seen powerful and influential people support one another before, both publicly and in secret. And when it has been done in secret, we've seen some cases where it comes to light later on and people are like, oh my goodness, this was actually going on and I didn't know. Some people think that Beyonce was involved too, while others think that she's just trying to, protect her privacy. There was some reports that Jay-Z and Diddy, when they were forcing this 13-year-old to commit certain acts, there was a woman in the room with them, an unnamed celebrity woman, and that's key. Some people are saying that that could be Beyonce, while others are saying that maybe it's J-Lo. Who knows? Now, I've found that opinions about this is completely divided. Like, I've been into forums and I've been into comments on videos where people are saying that this is only happening because people don't like Beyonce and that people don't like Jay-Z. So they're doing their best to smear them. They don't like the fact that Beyonce entered into country music. They just don't like them. And this is what's stemming all of these accusations against them. Because Beyonce's fans are saying, like, why would they respond so quickly and strongly when their names were mentioned by Jaguar Wright when she went on Piers Morgan's show? Like, swiftly, Beyonce's lawyer, Alex Spiro, they sent a letter to Piers Morgan telling him to literally take down the sections of the interview with Jaguar Wright's claims in them. And Piers Morgan had to issue a public apology after that. So Beyonce definitely made it clear that she won't allow anyone to drag her and her husband's name through the mud. Like, we see these quick responses, like they're just not playing around. Jay-Z went public on social media, sharing some stuff, sharing his thoughts. So this feeds into people's beliefs that this is all just happening to smear them, and if they were guilty, they wouldn't remain silent. But again, on the flip side, like I said, guys, this is so divided. It just seems like people think that, Beyonce is just trying to cover up for herself and not get her and her husband dragged into all of this mess. But nowadays, rumors and speculations spread so fast, like crazy, all over the internet. And because of this, everything a celebrity does gets looked at and analyzed, and it leads to strong opinions that people have, like just very heavy debates going on. But if the claims turn out to be true and Beyonce has been covering up some secrets, this would definitely be the end of her. Beyonce's success, of course, it comes from her talent, her hard work, her dedication, and those are things that make her the artist that she is. And I'm a huge fan of Beyonce personally, so I really hope that she's not connected to Diddy in a negative way, but I've been disappointed in the past, so I'm not gonna look at this with biased lenses. I'm just gonna sit back and wait and see and follow this until the end, guys. But I know Beyonce has her loyal fans, the Beyhive. They're super loyal and they think that Beyonce can do no wrong. And they're reminding everybody that Beyonce, you know, she's a philanthropist, she's an activist, and she's a good person. She's always trying to fix social problems. And her most loyal fans are saying that her character shouldn't be questioned just because she's been seen hanging around Diddy. But all in all, though, the conversation, the discussions, they're going to still keep on going. And I think we as the public just need to take a look at this, not necessarily with biased lenses. You can do that if you want, sure. But I think ultimately there's no point in getting super heated with anybody online about this. We just literally need to wait and see how things play out.
Beyonce's dark secret finally gets exposed. One of Beyonce's biggest secrets that she's been hiding is that she forces other artists to praise her while they're on stage, and if they don't, it ends bad for them. Have you noticed that all artists are forced to thank her when they receive awards? Guys, there are videos of celebrities on stage in tears and pretty much begging to stay on her good side. Adele cried and said, "Beyonce, you are the artist of our lives," through tears. She also broke her Grammy in half to give a piece to Beyonce.
The Lemonade album was just so monumental.
Same with Lizzo. Her entire speech was in tears, thanking Beyonce and giving her full credit to what Lizzo is today. Britney Spears won a Grammy, and instead of taking her moment, she chose to talk about how beautiful and amazing Beyonce was.
She can do it all. She's a triple threat.
Lady Gaga, who was hosting, even took the mic to talk about Beyonce.
Beyonce is a beautiful soul.
It's so bizarre. Celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion and many others. There's even a theory that Kanye West saved Taylor Swift in the moment that he went on stage, took the mic and said Beyonce had one of the best albums of all time.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Beyonce looked thrilled when he did that, by the way. Rewatch the tape.
One of the best videos of all time.
So back to what I was saying, there's a creepy theory about Beyonce that is spreading on TikTok like wildfire, according to which the so-called Queen Bee is the biggest fear of the music industry. It all started after the arrest of Diddy, who is very close to Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. Theories that Diddy and Jay-Z are the bad boys of music and that those who are not with them do not end well, and then began to spread on TikTok. Tupac, Biggie, Aaliyah, Brittany Murphy, Michael Jackson, and many other celebrities who passed away unexpectedly were mentioned. And then the matter went further and Beyonce's name began to be mentioned more and more often. While Aaliyah was the princess of pop, Beyonce had to be the queen of pop. If Aaliyah hadn't passed away, no one would know about Beyonce today, was a sentence that spread on social media along with old photos of Beyonce and Aaliyah together. After that, TikTok was flooded with videos in which today's biggest celebrities in the world surprisingly always thank and mention Beyonce when receiving awards at important events. A few comments said, "Why does everyone keep bringing up Beyonce when she loses? Should they do this? Everyone is afraid of Beyonce." At the 27 Grammy Awards, Adele won Album of the Year, with Beyonce also nominated in the same category that year. During the speech when she accepted the award, Adele said that Beyonce deserved the award for her album Lemonade. She also said that she is a person that she has admired throughout her life and a source of inspiration for many performers.
We all got to see another side to you that you don't always let us see, and we appreciate that.
She broke down in tears, broke the award in half, and threw a piece of Beyonce, who was sitting in the audience. 6 years later, Beyonce again did not win a Grammy for either Song of the Year or Album of the Year categories. She was beat by Lizzo at the time, who also used her stage microphone time to thank Beyonce and praised her music through tears. When her husband Jay-Z was accepting a Grammy Award for his contribution to the music industry, he also mentioned Beyonce and the fact that she has never won a Grammy for Album of the Year, and that doesn't make sense, he said.
The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
In 2009, perhaps the strangest moment in the history of music industry occurred. At the MTV Video Music Awards, Kanye West interrupted the speech of Taylor Swift, who at the moment was receiving the award for Best Video by a Female Artist for the clip of the song You Belong With Me. As Taylor thanked the audience, Kanye took the stage, took the microphone, and declared that Beyonce should have received the award for her video Single Ladies, which sent weird vibes throughout the room. Later that night, after winning the second prize, Beyonce called on Taylor to finish her speech that Kanye interrupted. This, among other things, resulted in Taylor Swift and Kanye West's years-long feud, but theorists on TikTok are now claiming that this is how Kanye saved Taylor Swift's life. So many celebrities seem like they are scared to rub Beyonce the wrong way. I asked intuitive soul coach, writer, and YouTuber Cerise Fairfax what her feelings were on Beyonce and these weird rumors. What she had to say was, Destiny's Child was when we first saw Beyonce, and she just fit in with the other girls. But it was very soon after that Kelly Rowland started to shine. Her voice was better, her dance moves were better, and they actually had her kicked out of Destiny's Child because she was getting more of the attention than Beyonce. They gave her some dancing lessons, they gave her some singing lessons, and eventually she started to find herself. There's a lot of rumors spreading about Aaliyah and Aaliyah's passing. Allegedly, there have been some rumors about Jay-Z being involved. We don't know, of course, it's only alleged, but Damon Dash, who was Aaliyah's boyfriend at the time and Jay-Z's ex-partner at the time, will say for sure that something deceitful went down. Before getting on the plane, Aaliyah contacted Damon Dash and said, I don't feel comfortable getting on this plane, my intuition is telling me not to get on. He told her don't get on, but she said, you know I have to. She got on the plane and she passed away. The rest was history. Her songs to this day are amazing and she still outclasses Beyonce. There have been a lot of people who messed with Jay-Z, and it is said that Beyonce ended most of their careers. Diddy is going down, but he won't have to tell on anyone because the videos will tell everything. Jay-Z has been wanted for a while, and the Beyhive is going to see that Beyonce and Jay-Z are somewhat of a dirty little couple. The world is going to see them for what they truly are. I don't think that they can coax the officials and the authorities into hiding their information. No amount of money is going to pay for the cleansing of the music industry. So that was Cerise Fairfax. You can follow her on YouTube or you can follow her on Instagram. Jay-Z, Diddy, and Beyonce share a long relationship based on personal and professional connections in the music industry. Jay-Z and Diddy have been friends since the early 1990s when they both rose to fame coming from similar backgrounds in New York. Their friendship spans decades and includes numerous musical collaborations and business ventures. In 1997, they collaborated on Diddy's debut album, and since then, they supported each other in public, appearing together at various events, such as Diddy's lavish 50th birthday bash in 2019. In 2003, Beyonce and Diddy recorded the song Summertime together. Although there is currently no evidence that Jay-Z and Beyonce are directly involved in the alleged cases against Diddy, there have been rumors that the situation has caused strain in their marriage. In a series of Instagram story posts recently, Foxy Brown attempted to debunk rumors that she and Jay-Z had a relationship when she was underage. Foxy initially posted and addressed a screenshot of a tweet alleging that Jay-Z made her sign an NDA, among other things, calling it fake news. She then posted a screenshot of a YouTube video saying she's breaking her silence about Jay-Z and references one of her IG stories where she tells someone, my story will shock you to your core. I don't play victim, but I had to step away for a minute for my sanity or I would have passed away, in response to a fan giving her positive words. The rumors about their relationship started when Nas mentioned their alleged relationship on 2001's diss song Ether. The rumors have ramped up on social media since Diddy was arrested.
Queen Bee is perhaps one of the most well-known women in the music industry. But as it turns out, fame doesn't always come with adoration. These are some celebs who just cannot stand Beyonce. Lily Allen. On Lily Allen's Miss Me podcast in April 2024, she stated that Beyonce's apparent abrupt move into country music was quite calculated to her. According to Allen, the real driving force behind Beyonce's career switch was a bit about challenging these institutions that have thus far rejected Beyonce as the icon and institution she is herself. Lily used this incident to support her claims. She said that Beyonce had worn a cowboy hat to the Grammy Awards, where she witnessed her husband, Jay-Z, criticize the Recording Academy for never having given her Album of the Year during her illustrious career. Additionally, Allen wasn't a big fan of Beyonce's rendition of Dolly Parton's hit song Jolene, which was featured on Cowboy Carter.
You do you, Beyonce, and she literally is doing her. Or is she doing Dolly?
Lily was perplexed as to why Beyonce, instead of pursuing her own distinct route, opted to perform one of the genre's most popular songs. Moreover, the outspoken British comedian quipped that she didn't really see anyone competing for Jay-Z, so she didn't really need to sing Jolene. Needless to say, social media users strongly objected to Allen's comments. Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks wasn't immediately enamored with Beyonce's Cowboy Carter concept. The rapper claimed on her Instagram stories that there was nothing country about it shortly after releasing Texas Hold'em, according to Music News. She also forewarned Beyonce, saying, "You're inviting more mockery into your life. Country music has a theatrical quality to it. The critics won't just put up with JC's bullying and unsightly blonde wig. It should come as no surprise that the record failed to alter her perception of the Grammy winner." Following the release of Cowboy Carter, Banks shared on Instagram stories once more how much she enjoyed the album and wished it had been shorter. Like Lily Allen, the rapper was likewise perplexed as to why Beyonce covered Jolene for her spouse, believing that no one would desire to snatch him away. Banks felt the same way about Beyonce's enormous 2016 release of Lemonade. She went after the hugely popular album on X, which was once known as Twitter, as Billboard reported at the time. She said, "Don't think for a second that Beyonce was intelligent enough to come up with any of those ideas on her own." In a different tweet, Banks reiterated her divisive viewpoint, writing, "She takes food out of darker-skinned women's mouths and pretends to be inspired." She added that Beyonce didn't embrace her African-American heritage until it started to become a trend that she could capitalize on. Kid Rock. In a 2015 interview with Rolling Stone, Kid Rock acknowledged that he was perplexed by Beyonce's popularity. "Beyonce, to me, doesn't have a purple rain, but she's the biggest thing on earth," the country star raged. He was unable to comprehend that she could have a successful career without a hit song like Old Time Rock and Roll or Sweet Home Alabama, which Rock famously sampled himself. Beyonce has undoubtedly had a good number of hits that have reached the top of the charts, such as Crazy in Love, Irreplaceable, and Single Ladies, so I'm not sure what he's talking about. Piers Morgan and Wendy Williams. In a 2016 Daily Mail piece, Piers Morgan criticized Beyonce for straying into politics with her popular visual album Lemonade. When he got down to speak with Beyonce for CNN in 2018, the journalist said that she had left a fantastic impression on him. Morgan recalls Beyonce telling him that she was happy that people didn't overvalue her race and instead recognized her abilities for what they were. The talk show host, however, believed that Beyonce had made a whole 180-degree turn for Lemonade, purportedly choosing to prioritize her political beliefs over her musical career. Morgan asserted that he felt very uneasy watching these women being used in this way to sell an album, even if his heart went out to all the African Americans who had experienced problems with police. Notably, Wendy Williams made fun of Beyonce during an episode of her talk show of the same name, so Morgan isn't the only celebrity who doesn't like Beyonce. As they talked about Beyonce's 2013 documentary, Life is But a Dream, Williams said she loved the artist and would be watching. Then she said, "Fortunately, one of the TVs in our kitchen has closed captioning, so I'll be able to understand what she says." Williams continued, "You know, Beyonce can't talk. Beyonce sounds like she has a 5th grade education." Yeesh. Keisha Cole. After Beyonce released Bow Down / I Been On, also known as Flawless, in 2013, Keisha Cole became irate with Beyonce. The lyrics of the empowerment song talked about how her career had reached heights that many young women could only imagine. The line didn't sit well with Cole, as Billboard noted at the time. Cole tweeted, "Can't stand when people being all self-righteous when it's convenient, it makes them look good." The vocalist brought up the irony that Beyonce, who had always championed female unity, seemed to be calling herself superior in the song. Celebrities who warned us about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce are often seen as the ultimate power couple, but not everyone in Hollywood buys into their carefully curated image.
Honestly, I think that this is the kind of couple that will stay together because it's good for business.
Over the years, several celebrities have spoken out against the duo, raising questions about their character, business practices, and influence.
Jay is about the money, period.
From shady behavior to alleged puppeteering behind the scenes, these stars have issued warnings about the true nature of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jaguar Wright. Singer Jaguar Wright hasn't held back when it comes to her thoughts on Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler.
Known for her raw and unfiltered commentary on the music industry, Jaguar has accused the power couple of playing a key role in what she describes as the darker side of the business.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
In a series of interviews, Jaguar alleged that Jay-Z has a history of betraying those closest to him, claiming he abandoned collaborators and artists who helped build his empire. She also targeted Beyonce, accusing her of being complicit in maintaining their image while ignoring the fallout for others in their orbit. Jaguar's most jaw-dropping claims include mentions that Jay-Z manipulates the industry to maintain his dominance, often at the expense of smaller artists and collaborators. Kanye West. Kanye West's once close relationship with Jay-Z has been overshadowed by years of tension and public feuds. Their friendship, which began during their early collaborations on tracks like Run This Town, soured in the mid-2010s, when Kanye repeatedly called out Jay-Z and Beyonce during his concerts. In a now infamous rant during his 2016 St. Pablo tour, Kanye accused Jay-Z of prioritizing business over friendship. "You didn't call me after my wife got robbed in Paris," Kanye said, referencing Kim Kardashian's traumatic robbery. He also claimed Beyonce puppeteered awards shows to ensure her victories, calling into question her fair competition in the industry. Rihanna. While Rihanna has never directly criticized Beyonce, her tense relationship with Jay-Z has led to speculation about her feelings toward the couple. Signed to Roc Nation early in her career, Rihanna rose to superstardom under Jay-Z's mentorship. However, rumors about conflicts between Rihanna and Beyonce have swirled over years, with many pointing to the infamous 2005 Pon de Replay incident. At the time, Beyonce was allegedly unhappy with the attention Rihanna was receiving as Jay-Z's protege. Reports suggested that Beyonce felt threatened by Beyonce's rising star, leading to a chilly relationship between the two women. The tensions reportedly escalated when Rihanna distanced herself from Roc Nation in the mid-2010s, choosing to carve her own path. Solange Knowles. Even Beyonce's sister Solange hasn't been immune to the drama surrounding Jay-Z. The infamous 2014 elevator altercation after the Met Gala remains one of the most talked about moments in celebrity history. While the trio released a statement calling it a private family matter, rumors swirled that Solange was defending Beyonce after learning about Jay-Z's alleged infidelity. 50 Cent. 50 Cent has never shied away from expressing his dislike for Jay-Z. In interviews and on social media, 50 has accused Jay-Z of being out of touch and overly concerned with maintaining his image. In a 2020 interview, 50 Cent described an awkward encounter with Beyonce, claiming she aggressively confronted him for criticizing Jay-Z. According to 50, Beyonce jumped out at him like she was ready to fight, a moment he said was both surprising and humorous. Carrie Hilson. Carrie Hilson's career took a hit after releasing her 2009 single, Turnin' Me On, which fans interpreted as a diss track aimed at Beyonce. In the song, Carrie sings about an unnamed star who needs to sit down and stop acting like she runs the town. While Carrie never confirmed the song was about Beyonce, the backlash was swift. Fans accused her of being disrespectful, and industry insiders suggested the fiasco damaged her career. Years later, Carrie hinted that powerful figures in the industry, possibly including Jay-Z and Beyonce, had worked behind the scenes to blacklist her. Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton has thrown subtle shade at Beyonce in the past, sparking speculation about her true feelings toward the superstar. During an interview on The Breakfast Club, Tamar appeared to critique artists who rely on flashy performances and elaborate visuals instead of pure vocal talent, a comment many believed was directed at Beyonce. While Tamar didn't name names, fans immediately drew parallels to Beyonce's high-energy performances, which often include intricate choreography and dramatic singing. Tamar's comments reignited debates about Beyonce's artistic credibility, with critics suggesting that her theatricality sometimes overshadows her vocal ability. The subtle digs didn't go unnoticed by the Beyhive, who were quick to defend her queen. Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim has had a complicated relationship with Jay-Z and Beyonce over the years. While she has publicly praised Beyonce's artistry, she hasn't hesitated to call out Jay-Z when she feels slighted. One of the most notable moments came during an interview where Lil' Kim alleged that Jay-Z had blocked her from performing at events and receiving proper recognition in the industry. She accused him of prioritizing his own proteges over other talented artists, describing him as overly controlling. Lil' Kim's criticism highlights a recurring theme in Jay-Z's career: accusations that he uses his influence to sideline those who don't fit neatly into his vision of success. Wendy Williams. Talk show host Wendy Williams has built a career on delivering hot takes, and Jay-Z and Beyonce have frequently been in her crosshairs. Over the years, Wendy has questioned everything from their marriage to their parenting style, often sparking backlash from the couple's devoted fanbase. One of Wendy's most interesting comments came when she suggested that Beyonce's public persona was carefully manufactured, claiming, "I believe Beyonce is one of the greatest performers, but she's not the brightest girl in the room." The comment ignited a firestorm, with fans accusing Wendy of being unnecessarily cruel. Wendy has also speculated about the authenticity of their marriage, suggesting that the relationship is more about brand preservation than true love. Dame Dash. Dame Dash, a former business partner of Jay-Z, has been one of the most vocal critics of the rap mogul. The two co-founded Rockefeller Records in the 1990s, but their partnership ended in a bitter split that left Dash feeling betrayed. In interviews, Dash has accused Jay-Z of abandoning him and their shared vision to pursue personal gain. He claims that Jay-Z's loyalty only extends as far as his own interests, calling him out for cutting ties with people who helped him rise to the top. Dash also hinted at tension between Jay-Z and Beyonce, suggesting that their relationship is more of a business arrangement than a genuine partnership. Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole famously clashed with Beyonce after the release of Bow Down / I Be On, a 2013 track that saw Beyonce adopt a more aggressive tone. Keisha took to Twitter to criticize the song, writing, "First women need to stick together, now we better bow, SMH." The backlash from Beyonce's fanbase was swift and unforgiving, with many accusing Keisha of being bitter and irrelevant. While Keisha later defended her comments, the incident highlighted how Beyonce's bold statements can polarize even her peers in the music industry. Keisha's critique also touched on a broader criticism of Beyonce's branding, the perceived contradictions between her feminist messaging and her assertive, sometimes confrontational persona she shows in her songs. Kid Rock. Kid Rock has made no secret of his disdain for Beyonce, delivering scathing remarks about her popularity. In a 2015 interview, the rocker dismissed her as overrated, saying, "Beyonce to me doesn't have a real Sweet Home Alabama or Purple Rain. She's just a great performer with a lot of hits." Kid Rock's comments sparked immediate backlash, with fans accusing him of being out of touch and possibly fueled by jealousy. However, his critique echoed a sentiment shared by some in the industry, that Beyonce's success is more about spectacle than substance. What do you guys think about the couple? Are they weirder than we anticipated? Do they have secrets we still don't know?
She has had a lot of moments in her life that were either bad for her or left a bad taste in people's mouth. I mean, what's worse than being connected to Diddy, right?
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
She walks up to the couch.
Yeah.
Watch how, oh, her belly. A fake belly bump. Look how it squishes in. No.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
People say Beyonce's album Lemonade is about how Jay-Z cheated on her.
There are even some reports saying that she actually faked her first pregnancy, which is pretty wild.
When Beyonce was pregnant with first child Blue Ivy Carter, tons of rumors were spread about it being a fake pregnancy.
So take a look at this. There was this interview that former singer and songwriter Jaguar Wright did with Piers Morgan, and she claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're not good people.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
And she also implied that they have connections with Diddy and his parties, you know, the freak off parties where all that stuff was going down. Yeah, she says that they were right up in it and knew all along. She describes them as a bad little couple. Now, Beyonce and Jay-Z's lawyer, they sent a request to remove those statements from the Piers Morgan interview, but it did raise a lot more questions in people's minds, especially since a cop known for investigating the hip-hop scene thinks that Jay-Z might be included in the Diddy list. You know, again, the list of people who knew about these freak-offs. In the Piers Morgan interview, Jaguar Wright claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce were actually worse than Diddy. And Jaguar Wright, by the way, she has previously collaborated with Jay-Z as well as other artists. And she's been calling out Beyonce and Jay-Z for a while now, especially with reports that surfaced in early December of 2024 that claim that Jay-Z did some pretty messed up stuff to somebody who was 13 years old. Yeah, wild. Beyonce and Jay-Z, they did make a public appearance though after these claims came out. And things got a little bit weird. Like, they made a public appearance at the premiere of Mufasa. And it's a movie where their daughter, Blue Ivy, as well as Beyonce are doing voiceovers for some of the characters in the film. And at the premiere at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, they were all smiles for the camera and on the red carpet, you know. Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, they looked so happy. They were beaming with smiles when they saw their eldest child, Blue Ivy, having her big moment. One of the cameras even looked like they caught Jay-Z wiping away some tears from his eyes. Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, was also there too, and she joined the family on the red carpet. And before this, it was pretty awkward because there were even some rumors saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't even plan to go to the premiere, but they changed their mind the last minute after all of these claims came out about Jay-Z. Also, on top of that, Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, claims that she was hacked after her Instagram account liked a post about Jay-Z being sued for what he did to the 13-year-old. And here's a message that she posted on Instagram. Like, I can't make this stuff up, guys. She says, "I was hacked. As you all know, I do not play about my family. So if you see something uncharacteristic of me, just know that it is not me. But so many people find this hard to believe because after the whole Diddy thing went down, apparently Usher got hacked and a couple other celebrities, and some celebrities like wiped their social media feeds. And now these claims about Jay-Z come out, and then apparently Tina Knowles gets hacked? Yeah, something fishy's going on, guys. What are the chances? And usually when people get hacked, more stuff happened to their account. It's not just, oh, one photo is liked. Other things happen, like cryptic posts may be posted, or spammy cryptocurrency scams are posted, or something. But just liking a photo doesn't seem like she was hacked. But either way, reports are saying that she, as well as Beyonce's sister Solange, are standing by Beyonce and Jay-Z no matter what through this time. There was also another moment that Beyonce had that was just pretty bad. On the Sunday night interview, fans noticed something pretty weird. As Beyonce walked in and sat down, her dress, which was kind of loose, showed that her belly, where her baby bump should have been, well, it looked like it was flatter and kind of indented. So people started with, the gossip and the speculations saying that, Beyonce is wearing a fake baby bump, as well as there was some talk about her using a surrogate to have her first child. Now, tabloids had a field day, of course, with all the rumors, all the gossip, and people took to social media to try to prove that her pregnancy was fake, while others tried to defend it. But later on, though, in her documentary called Life is But a Dream, Beyonce did her best to try and shut down the rumors by showing us her bare baby bump and talking about how happy she was to be pregnant. And in the end, there was no real proof to back up the rumors that this was a fake baby bump, and Blue Ivy was born healthy and happy. But the whole fake baby bump saga got a lot of media attention, and some people started to wonder if we could trust information that we get from Beyonce and Jay-Z. We know that they're private, but what's really going on? Interestingly enough, Jaguar Wright also says that her pregnancy was fake. But on the note of having children, though, and this is where the theories went wild, actually. So back in 2012, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they caused a huge uproar online because they took over an entire maternity ward at the hospital for the birth of their first child, Blue Ivy. Apparently, they dropped $1.3 million to make sure that they had the whole floor to themselves. And this all came with having a bunch of bodyguards and security measures to make sure that nobody came in. And this move didn't sit well with other women who were pregnant, and they felt that this was a bit unfair that Beyonce's celebrity status was disrupting their own birthing experience. One parent said that they were stuck in the NICU for 20 minutes before all the commotion, and they weren't too pleased because they're like, hey, what's going on? Like, it's a hard time for us too, and now we got to be delayed even more because Beyonce and Jay-Z say so. Someone who worked at the hospital claimed that Beyonce had a fancy custom-made room all to herself and even used her security team to kick out other pregnant women who were in the ward. So yeah, guys, this was wild. So not only were other people who were expecting delayed, but the ones who were currently in the ward got kicked out. But a spokesperson for Beyonce and Jay-Z did end up saying that they did everything that they could to make sure that other people who were expecting at the time weren't inconvenienced. But that sadly was not the case.
People think celebrities are forced to thank Beyonce.
Beyonce!
Miley Cyrus made people laugh at the 2025 Grammys.
Good evening, Grammys. We won, Beyonce.
But that's not all she did. She also reignited a wild fan theory that celebrities feel almost obligated to mention Beyonce in their acceptance speeches. When Miley got up to present Record of the Year, she joked she might announce Beyonce as the winner, even if it wasn't really her category to claim.
The Grammy goes to, even if it's not you, Beyonce, I might just say it.
The crowd ate it up, but social media lost its mind, linking back to an older rumor that big-time stars are practically under some spell to praise Queen Bey publicly. Some watchers pointed out how Miley even gave a playful, "We won, Beyonce," shout earlier that night, stoking speculation further. While on the surface it seemed like good-natured humor, fans quickly turned it into a bigger conversation. Are they all just paying tribute out of sheer love? Or is there a deeper sense that failing to mention Beyonce could be a major career faux pas? People have been circling this theory for ages, whether it's the unforgettable moment in 2017 when Adele dedicated her Album of the Year win to Beyonce,
My idol is Queen Bee and I adore you.
or Lizzo's heartfelt "Thank you, Beyonce." In 2023, the pattern feels too consistent to ignore. Some believe this is all about acknowledging her monstrous influence in music, like a courtesy gesture. Others claim it's a borderline fear, where not acknowledging her might risk the wrath of the Beyhive or even bigger industry repercussions. Whatever the reason, Miley's little remark has turned a casual rumor into prime Grammy night chatter. This "Thank you, Beyonce" phenomenon isn't brand new. It's popped up countless times, from major awards to random speeches.
Beyonce and I started out around the same time, and just like all of her fans, I fell in love with her.
Fans joke that it's as if winners have a mental checklist: spouse, parents, dog, and oh, definitely Beyonce. The star's fans are a massive, passionate force, so ignoring her might carry consequences. But does that mean stars genuinely feel forced to name drop her? Or is it more about universal respect for someone who consistently breaks records and sets creative standards? Some TikTok users have labeled the repeated references as comedic gold, quipping, "Wait, if you forget to say her name, do they revoke your Grammy?" No one's come forward claiming that literally happened, but it's still a running gag. The bigger question is whether these tributes are genuine, or if peer pressure in an industry that worships stardom just compels artists to keep her name in the conversation. More fans claim that ignoring Beyonce is a career risk, and if you skip her name, you might get side-eyed by key industry players. Miley's playful quip about awarding her a trophy that wasn't hers to begin with was both a nod to Beyonce's star power and an unintentional fueling of the hype that she's basically music royalty. So how did this theory about people having to thank Beyonce snowball into near-legend status? For many, the spark was Adele's heartfelt 2017 Grammy acceptance speech, where she literally said she couldn't accept the award because Beyonce deserved it more. That moment felt unbelievably sincere, like Adele truly worshipped Bey. Then Lizzo hopped on the bandwagon in 2023, giving one of those "I wouldn't be here without you" Beyonce speeches. Even JoJo Siwa once thanked Beyonce at the Industry Dance Awards, "So we can keep the dancing community safe." An oddly comedic moment that left people scratching their heads. All these references started to look like a pattern. Like every big star needed to slip in a "Thank you, Beyonce" for good luck. Naturally, the internet ran with it, stirring up theories. One user half-joked that maybe Jay-Z is behind it all, reminding folks that he once orchestrated scenes where people had to cheer for his wife. Another pointed to the 2009 MTV VMAs meltdown when Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift to say Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Maybe that was the birth of it all. The universe decided no one with a microphone can ignore Queen Bey's existence. While some folks see these tributes as a silly thing, the fact remains that star after star lines up to praise her, even if she's nowhere near that category or project. And that cycle keeps the rumor going strong. Gonna believe some of these wild and surprising rumors about Beyonce that may actually be true, but probably not. In 2024, fans started buzzing that Beyonce holds a ton of power in the music industry, making artists compete for her approval. This came from digging into Beyonce's link to Diddy amidst all the drama going on with him. Some fans even theorized that Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Diddy played a part in R&B singer Aaliyah's 2001 passing.
You realize that Aaliyah's death unveiled truths about the creepy relationship between Diddy and Jay-Z,
as she might have been a threat to Beyonce's fame. The Thank You Beyonce theory popped up, suggesting that popular artists thank Beyonce in acceptance speeches, even when it seems weird, to stay on her good side. Looking back at award shows, many artists like Adele, Lizzo, Lady Gaga, and Britney Spears have shouted out Beyonce in their speeches.
And I love you. Beyonce and I started out around the same time, and just like all of her fans, I fell in love with her. Beyonce!
Some even think that Kanye West's 2009 MTV Video Music Awards interruption was his way of protecting Taylor Swift by connecting her with Beyonce.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
When Beyonce and Jay-Z's first kid, Blue Ivy, was born, crazy rumors started flying around that Beyonce didn't actually give birth to her. These rumors all started after Beyonce, while pregnant, was on an Australian talk show called Sunday Night in October 2011. Fans freaked out because when she sat down, her baby bump seemed to fold inwards, and people started saying it was fake.
As Beyonce sits down with Molly Meldrum, her dress folds.
Beyonce's publicist told ABC News that the accusations were totally ridiculous and false, but some people still believe that Blue Ivy was born via surrogate. In 2012, Beyonce told People magazine that the rumors were nuts, and later questioned how ridiculous the whole thing was in her 2013 documentary, Life is But a Dream. Also, there was this funny conspiracy theory going around on social media, mostly in Brazil back in 2016. People were joking that Beyonce was keeping Sia locked up in her basement and making her write songs. It all started after Sia said working with Beyonce was like a writing camp. In an interview, some online jokers took that way too seriously and thought it meant Sia was being held prisoner. People even thought Sia was secretly asking for help in her social media posts and songs. They even said her wig was to cover up bruises from being held captive. The hashtag #SaveSia and tons of memes and tweets went viral, but everyone was pretty much laughing about it. No one actually believed Beyonce had kidnapped Sia. Back in 2020, Florida politician K.W. Miller went on a wild Twitter rant, claiming that Beyonce was actually Italian and her real name was Anne Marie Lastrassi. He even said her song Formation had secret messages hidden in it. People mostly just laughed it off. There's a juicier rumor about Beyonce's Destiny's Child days, though. Some people think her dad, Matthew Knowles, who was the group's manager, made sure Beyonce was always the star. This supposedly included replacing original members Latavia Robertson and LaToya Luckett with Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams. They had to ditch their first names, Calendria and Tanitra, to fit the mold. The theory is that Matthew wanted Beyonce's unique name and personality to stand out even more. Even the group's name, Destiny's Child, focuses on one person, not a group. Beyonce and Solange Knowles are super close, and Beyonce is like a mama bear when it comes to her little sis. But there's this wild rumor that Beyonce is actually older than she says, and might even be Solange's mom. Beyonce's official birth year is 1981, and Solange was born in 1986. However, some fans think Beyonce was actually born in 1974. This theory blew up in 2013 because of a BuzzFeed article and a now-deleted media takeout post that claimed someone saw Beyonce's birth certificate with the 1974 date. Fans also point to a 2008 interview where Gabrielle Union, who was born in 1972, said she and Beyonce have been friends since they were teens. This made people wonder if Beyonce had to be older to have been Union's teenage friend, which would support the 1974 birth year theory. The internet basically decided that Beyonce had Solange as a teenager, and her parents covered it up by pretending Solange was their own daughter to protect Beyonce's image.
Beyonce and Jay-Z have recently been called out for practicing witchcraft.
That happened? Yeah. What do you mean that happened?
They've been called out by Kanye West. It has been speculated for years that Jay-Z and Beyonce practice witchcraft, Satanism, and black magic. So guys, Kanye West has made a lot of controversial claims and wild accusations over the years, with his reputation taking a nosedive in 2022, which led to him losing his billionaire status.
Adidas has terminated its partnership with Kanye West.
But he's currently having a comeback due to his new album, but his comments about Jay-Z and Beyonce are now coming to light. And guys, Cerise Fairfax, soul coach, who worked on Flow 93.5's morning show back in the day, was told by a musical artist that Jay-Z definitely had upside down crosses in his home. If that includes black magic, then he definitely does some strange things. And if anyone would know, Kanye would know for sure. Upside down crosses has to be the creepiest thing I've heard today. Why on earth would anybody decorate their house with this? It doesn't make sense. I think it's safe to say that a lot of weird stuff goes on in Hollywood. A lot of secrets are getting exposed. Beyonce and Jay-Z have been considered one of the most famous couples walking around. But what did they have to do to get there? We also really want to know what you guys think about this. He said that Beyonce and Jay-Z practice witchcraft, specifically black magic, to control other people in the industry.
Really, like literally, my little brother is Kanye. And like your little brother, things happen sometimes.
Toronto-based, award-winning published photographer David Schilling had words to say about this. What he had to say was, Kanye is ill. He's on mental health medication. Well, supposed to be, but doesn't take it. It's not an excuse to say things that could potentially harm others. Not that Beyonce and Jay-Z are going to be affected, but what Kanye says while unmedicated should be taken with a pound of salt. So the exact quote that Kanye said at the time was, they can control Shaq, they can control Charles Barkley, they can control LeBron James, they can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can't control me. Ain't no name I won't name. It's up. My mama Donda West was sacrificed. Michael Jordan, what about him? His dad, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. Kanye continued to say, out here in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. Kanye and Jay-Z have collaborated on music for years, but cracks in their relationship began to emerge publicly in 2011 when Jay-Z and Kanye released their joint album, Watch the Throne. The feud between them escalated in 2016 when Kanye publicly criticized Jay-Z during a concert, expressing grievances over their strained relationship and issues with their families. The rift deepened as Jay-Z addressed their differences in his album 444 with lyrics suggesting betrayal and disappointment. The former friends were embroiled in a legal dispute when Kanye attempted to leave Jay-Z's streaming service Tidal when they got into a disagreement over compensation. Actor and producer Kat Catatonic isn't a fan of Kanye's words. What she had to say was, yet another example of Kanye's need for mental health supports as he grasped at straws. His professional jealousy is a really stinky cologne, and he's taking shots at anyone and everyone who is booked and busy. Additionally, their wives Beyonce and Kim Kardashian were also in their own feud, with rumors surfacing over the years. The women's supposed rivalry dates back to early 2010s, fueled by tabloid speculation and perceived competition in the entertainment industry. Beyonce and Jay-Z were invited to Kim and Kanye's wedding, but reportedly did not show up, which is a pretty sweet burn. Another source said that Kim and Kanye's obsession with fame irritated Beyonce and Jay-Z to the point that they couldn't stomach being around them. Beyonce and Jay-Z haven't responded to Kanye's claims that they practice black magic, even though the recently viral comments are catching the attention of lots of fans nearly 2 decades later.
Oh, the perks of being a reality star. Over the years, Twitter fans have caught on to the fact that Kimmy is super obsessed with Beyonce.
Kim Kardashian is madly obsessed with Beyonce. Now, we know it's natural for people to have an interest in celebrities. However, it can be a little confusing when someone as famous as Kim Kardashian herself is obsessed with another celebrity like Beyonce. While Kim Kardashian is often associated with self-obsession, her fascination with Beyonce seems to go beyond comprehension. Over time, it's become evident that Kim Kardashian has pursued a friendship with Beyonce, but her attempts have been unsuccessful as Beyonce has seemingly kept her at a distance.
Beyonce and Jay-Z's 2008 wedding until months after. This explains why Kim is so obsessed with Bey. The performer lives the elite, low-key life that Kim wishes to have lived.
According to a source close to Kim Kardashian, they said that she regularly searches for Beyonce's name in Google, indicating her obsession with keeping tabs on her and staying up to date with all of her activities. The source also mentioned that Kim constantly strives to compete with Beyonce on various fronts. It appears that Kim's obsession stems from wanting to be #1.
Remember that time Beyonce snubbed a hug from Kim at the 2012 BET Awards and poor Kim just stood there not knowing what to do?
Kim's infatuation with Beyonce is definitely not something that is hidden, and there are some rumors that she even tried to steal Beyonce's spotlight by sharing provocative pictures with her ex-husband Kanye West. In any case, this relentless pursuit of knowing everything about Beyonce and constantly attempting to compete with her seems to occupy much of Kim Kardashian's time.
You guys already know that Kim and Beyonce had different starts into fame. Beyonce started singing from a young age, and Kim became famous because of a tape.
The former power couple, Kim and Kanye, were also known to have been involved in a friendly rivalry with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they would often compare their social media likes and followers to those of Beyonce and Jay-Z. And at this point, it is no secret that Kim Kardashian is, of course, highly obsessed with Beyonce. The evidence shows this, but it's said that Kim is also just completely unaware that she is so obsessed with Beyonce. And this obsession doesn't go both ways. According to a source, Beyonce has never genuinely liked Kim Kardashian in the first place, and she has mostly tolerated her due to their husbands, or I should say ex-husband Kanye and her current husband Jay-Z's friendship, as well as mutual acquaintances that they have. Beyonce herself prefers to keep her distance from the Kardashian-Jenner family and dislikes discussing her personal life in the media.
Once Kim became Mrs. West, Beyonce and Jay-Z started to distance themselves from Kanye. And rumor has it, it's all because Beyonce just can't stand to be around Kim.
But Kim and her family, on the other hand, revolve around the media and they crave to be in the limelight. The Kardashian-Jenner family has mastered the art of staying in the spotlight, whether it's through their relationships or multiple career ventures. And Beyonce just doesn't want to be a part of that at all. So yeah, that's just not what Beyonce is for, nor does she even view Kim Kardashian as competition. Beyonce is always a bit distant and cold towards Kim. She has never been fond of her and tends to create awkward pauses during any time they have interactions. Also, years ago, despite Kim Kardashian's request, Beyonce actually denied to be her bridesmaid when she married Kanye West without giving it a second thought. So guys, as you can see, it's 100% clear that Beyonce doesn't want any type of association with the Kardashian-Jenner family and doesn't even acknowledge Kim Kardashian's presence, really. Beyonce's deliberate distance from Kim Kardashian definitely reflects her no-drama approach to life. She tries to stay out of the drama as much as possible and stay in her lane and keep doing her thing. A lot of people say that, yeah, she's actually wise. She's wise for that, for keeping her distance and keeping the Kardashians away.
So Beyonce is all over the headlines. People are making forums about it. Everyone thinks that she just looks like Kim Kardashian now.
Fans think that Beyonce is trying to look a little too much like Kim Kardashian. And I want to know, what do you guys think? Is Beyonce trying to look like Kim or not? But let me break it down for you guys. Beyonce totally slayed at the Renaissance Tour movie premiere, where she was wearing this amazing glitzy gown by Donatella Versace. The silver dress hugged her curve perfectly, and those metallic gloves were the cherry on top, guys.
Get up in the morning, you click on the computer, you see all these pictures that you see all day, every day.
Even Donatella Versace herself called Beyonce a vision in Versace on Instagram. But yeah, some fans are a bit worried that Beyonce is taking some style cues from Kim Kardashian, you know? Now that Beyonce styled herself, And when you look at the photos, she had platinum blonde hair. And by the way, Versace herself even added this on Instagram. "You are unique, one of one, the number one, the only one. I can't wait to see the Renaissance Tour movie." But yeah, like I was mentioning, not everybody was showering Beyonce with love and praise. Lots of fans went straight to the comments on her post to share their thoughts, and let me tell you, it wasn't all compliments, guys. Like, one user even wrote, "I thought this was Kim Kardashian for a sec." And someone else had this to say, "Literally everyone looking like a Kardashian. It's giving me Kim K Cher hybrid." Now, even though some people were a bit skeptical, there were a lot of people who couldn't help but gush about Beyonce's stunning looks, and they straight up called her, you know, queen. She's known as Queen Bee for a reason.
We've already acknowledged Beyonce as our queen, but the rise to the top has been everything but easy.
But now, even Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, she had to step in and defend her daughter. Like, she was just so angry with the whole thing. She was really mad because some people were accusing Beyonce of trying to not just look like Kim Kardashian, but to try to lighten her skin and to try to look more white because she rocked the platinum blonde hair for the Renaissance Tour film premiere. Tina went on Instagram and she dropped a montage video that clapped back at all of the criticism that Beyonce was getting. And in the video, it showed clips of Beyonce over the years with her skin tone doing its own thing. You know, sometimes, depending on the lighting, it looks lighter, sometimes it looks darker. And the track Brown Skin Girl was playing in the background. The video ended with a message that said, "Beyonce is a brown-skinned girl, sometimes more or less light. A brown-skinned girl, it's more than a skin color. It's a culture, a pride, a strength."
Skin is like
Tina also had even more to say, and she left a caption on that video, and it said this: "Came across this today and decided to post it after seeing all of the stupid, ignorant, self-hating, racist statements about her lightening her skin and wearing platinum hair, wanting to be white. She does a film called The Renaissance where the whole theme is silver with silver hair and silver carpet and suggested silver attire, and you bozo decide that she's trying to be a white woman and is bleaching her skin. How sad is it that some of her own people continue the stupid narrative with hate and jealousy?" So yeah, guys, as you can see, Tina did not hold back. She also went off on an unnamed TMZ reporter who happens to be somebody that's white, and they actually were trying to contact Beyonce's hairstylist, Neil Farina, and the photographer was trying to ask Neil if Beyonce was trying to be white. That is what literally happened, according to Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom. Tina straight up said that it got her blood boiling, and she also pointed out her biggest letdown was that some black people were jumping on the same bandwagon and pushing this narrative, acting ignorant in her terms. And Tina even dropped the fact that even Etta James rocked platinum blonde hair. So guys, I really want to know, like, what are your thoughts about this? And I kind of see it all the time where if a celebrity looks a certain way and then another celebrity happens to dress similar to how that other celebrity looked, usually that celebrity is bashed and being labeled as someone who's copying. But with the whole theme of Renaissance being silver, like, it's no surprise that Beyonce was rocking the silver hair. And Beyonce, yeah, depending on the type of lighting, her skin is going to look lighter. So yeah, I don't think that this has anything to do with Beyonce trying to look white or anything like that.
I think Beyonce got rich off of her connections to Diddy, and the Beyhive is wondering too. Beyonce is one of the biggest female artists of any generation, right next to Madonna.
A great job, and she tackles something that a lot of women have had to go through.
Naturally, people are wondering how she got rich to see if they can replicate it somehow. Can't copy Blue though. This is how Beyonce really got rich. Diddy might have given her tips. So here's the thing, both Diddy and Beyonce are absolute powerhouses in the industry, but they've each mastered a different lane. Diddy's known as a business mogul. He's got his fingers in music, fashion, remember Sean John, Ciroc vodka.
I think I could put it in my vanilla ice cream if I want.
TV and even water. Hello, Aqua Hydrate.
Today is Alpha Hydrate Day. I'm here with my partner, Mark Wahlberg.
Meanwhile, Beyonce's the queen of brand building, music royalties, and epic tours.
Superdome.
Knowing Diddy, he probably gave her insider tips on merchandise as a major hustle, leveraging brand partnerships and investments in lifestyle brands.
Adidas has signed a new creative partner. It's Beyonce.
The multi-layered deal will see Beyonce developing new signature footwear and apparel with Adidas.
Beyonce and Sean Diddy Combs have shared a professional relationship over the years, primarily through their mutual connections in the music industry. In 2003, they collaborated on the track Summertime, which, despite not being included in Beyonce's debut solo album, Dangerously in Love, found success as a standalone release.
Now it's been a year and we're close back.
Their interactions have often been in the context of industry events and mutual acquaintances. For example, both attended the premiere of the biopic Notorious in 2009, which Diddy produced. Additionally, Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z have been present at various gatherings hosted by Diddy, including his 50th birthday celebration in 2019. While they have maintained a cordial professional relationship, there is no substantial evidence to suggest a deep personal friendship between Beyonce and Diddy. Their interactions appear to be primarily within the professional realm, centered around music collaborations and industry events. When it comes to Beyonce, the first thing that comes to mind is probably her chart-topping hits, mind-blowing performances, and that effortless air of regality.
Boy, I don't even try to touch this. Boy, this beat is crazy.
But did you know that Queen Bee is just as much as a mogul as she is musician? With a jaw-dropping net worth of $760 million as of 2024, Beyonce has crafted a legacy not just as an artist, but as an entrepreneur, cultural icon, and savvy businesswoman. So how exactly did she amass all this wealth? Let's dive into the world of Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter and uncover the secrets to her financial empire. The early days. Every empire has a foundation, and for Beyonce, that foundation was Destiny's Child. In the late 90s, Destiny's Child burst onto the scene, becoming one of the most successful girl groups of all time. With anthems like Say My Name and Survivor, the group didn't just dominate the charts, they became a cultural force. And while the group's success brought Beyonce fame, it also introduced her to the business side of music. Under the management of her father, Matthew Knowles, Beyonce quickly learned the ins and outs of the industry. From marketing strategies to tour production, her time with Destiny's Child was a crash course in creating a sustaining brand. That early exposure would prove invaluable as she embarked on her solo journey. Going solo. In 2003, Beyonce released her debut solo album, Dangerously in Love. It wasn't just a hit, it was a statement. With tracks like Crazy in Love and Baby Boy,
Incomplete if you weren't by my side.
The album cemented her as a solo artist and brought in a wave of accolades, including 5 Grammy Awards. But what set Beyonce apart wasn't just her voice. It was her ability to connect with her audience and make every performance feel larger than life. By this time, Beyonce wasn't just a singer, she was a brand and she knew it. Every album, every tour, and every public appearance became a carefully crafted piece of the Beyonce puzzle. Her relentless work ethic meant she wasn't just chasing success, she was shaping it on her own terms. Dipping into Hollywood. As her music career skyrocketed, Beyonce started exploring other avenues. Hollywood came a-calling, and she answered with standout performances in films like Dreamgirls, Cadillac Records, and even the live-action remake of The Lion King. While acting may not have been her primary focus, these roles added layers to her public persona and, of course, her income. Her appearance in Dreamgirls reportedly earned her $12.5 million. Not too shabby for someone moonlighting as an actress. But more importantly, it showed that Beyonce wasn't afraid to diversify her skill set and step into new industries. Building Parkwood Entertainment. The real game changer came in 2008 when Beyonce founded Parkwood Entertainment. This wasn't just a vanity project, it was a powerhouse. Parkwood became the central hub for all things Beyonce, handling music production, film projects, and even fashion ventures. By taking control of her career, Beyonce ensured that she not only had creative freedom, but also a bigger slice of the financial pie. Take her visual album projects, for example. Albums like Lemonade and Black is King weren't just music releases, they were multimedia experiences. And because Beyonce owns the rights to her work, those projects continue to generate revenue long after their initial release. Ivy Park and fashion. When Beyonce launched Ivy Park, her athleisure line, it was a match made in heaven. Beyonce's style has always been aspirational, so it was no surprise that fans flocked to buy pieces from the collection. Originally a partnership with Topshop, Beyonce later took full ownership of the brand, proving once again that she's all about control and ownership. The partnership with Adidas in 2019 took Ivy Park to new heights. Limited edition drops sold out in minutes, and the brand became synonymous with high fashion meets streetwear. While Ivy Park might not rival the likes of Nike or Adidas in terms of scale, its exclusivity keeps it in high demand, and Beyonce firmly in the fashion game. Tours that shatter records. Let's talk about touring, shall we? Because when Beyonce goes on tour, she doesn't just perform, she dominates. Her Formation World Tour in 2016 grossed over $250 million, and her most recent Renaissance World Tour brought in a staggering $579 million. That's the kind of money that not only cements her status as a global superstar, but also adds massive chunks to her net worth. Beyonce's tours are more than concerts, they're events. With jaw-dropping visuals, intricate choreography, and unmatched production value, fans know they're getting a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and Beyonce knows how to turn that demand into dollars. Netflix deals and strategic moves. Another major win for Beyonce was her $60 million deal with Netflix. This partnership included Homecoming, a documentary that gave fans a behind-the-scenes look at her historic Coachella performance. The documentary didn't just rake in views, it solidified Beyonce's reputation as an artist who can merge art and business seamlessly. The Netflix deal is a perfect example of Beyonce's strategy. Every move she makes is calculated to maximize both her artistic impact and her financial returns. It's not just about the paycheck, people, it's about creating a legacy. Philanthropy and giving back. Even with all her wealth, Beyonce hasn't forgotten to give back. Through her Be Good Foundation,
Access to healthcare in Haiti is very difficult.
she supported causes ranging from disaster relief to scholarships for underprivileged students. Whether it's donating to food banks or funding small businesses in 2020, Beyonce has consistently used her platform to make a difference. Her philanthropic efforts aren't just acts of charity, they're part of her larger mission to uplift and empower. And in true Beyonce fashion, she does it all with grace and humility. The power couple. Of course, we can't talk about Beyonce's wealth without mentioning her partnership with Jay-Z. Together, they're worth an eye-popping $3 billion, making them one of the wealthiest couples in the world. But what's impressive is how they've supported each other's individual empires. From joint tours to collaborative albums, Beyonce and Jay-Z have mastered the art of merging love and business, even through that one time. Just forget about that one time. And while their combined wealth is staggering, it's clear that Beyonce's fortune is a testament to her own hard work and vision. At the end of the day, Beyonce's story is about more than money. It's about creating a legacy. From her early days in Destiny's Child to her reign as a global icon, Beyonce has shown the world what it means to dream big and work even harder. Her wealth isn't just a number, it's a reflection of her impact, her artistry, and her unwavering determination.
Well, I want to know your thoughts about this. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And I'll see you guys on the next upload. Bye.